Okay, so seeing as a few people are starting to seem to get into crochet and asking me a few things, I thought I'd do a better video for it. Hopefully this will come through and actually stay in focus for the most part. I can only hope. So I'm going to assume a few things that you might have done a bit of research on a few things. If we just want to start off with doing trying to do this all through the camera so that I can determine that you'll be able to follow it. So forgive me if it goes a bit weird. Hopefully that stays there. Right, so you've just done your little loop. I'm sure you know how to do that already now. And you know all about your chains. So this is probably where you're starting off with if you haven't done anything yet. You're just making a little chain. Now when you're starting off and you're doing a row, it'll often say to like skip the first one. When it says that, it's this one here. That one right on the chain. The very first one after the loop on the hook. Ignore that. So we're going to go into this second one instead. And you're just going to go under, just for the chain loop, under that only one of the loops. See? And just try and hold it with your other fingers so that it's staying upright so you don't end up twisting it. And then there you go. So one. Oops. Two. It's really hard to see through the camera. See if that, when this happens, see it's not pulling through. If you look really carefully, there is another strand here that has gotten caught from the loop below, and that's why it's not pulling through. So if it's not pulling through, it's normally for a reason. So just cancel it. And then pull it, release. And then just do it again. See, this time, it's flowing through nicely. It's not getting caught anymore. So we're just going to work along. What you're doing is basically, as many, say if I chained 6, I would then be crocheting along 5. So this is a part where I messed up a lot at the start. So you've done your chain along, right? And it's easy to think that there is another chain to do. It's not. It's hard to tell, but just camera. You have to ignore this first bit. So it's just, you do however many you do. So if you do 6 on the chain, skip the first one, and then do that 5. So you should have that left over. Then just chain 1, turn it around, and then when you're looking at it, you're going to do the same thing. So this is the first chain, so you want to go into this one here. See that? Under both loops now. And you're going to be going under both loops now for the rest of it. So 1, 2, 3. See, I got caught again. I can actually see the colour change because of the yarn I'm using. But just cancel it. See again on this side, another mistake I've just happened there. That bit's come off. So just make sure you're keeping all your strands on your loop. And just take your time with it. It's totally fine to reverse it if you've pulled a little strand through. When you get to the end of the row, it's normally the tough bit. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Always make sure you keep going back and counting. And you might think, oh, am I at the end bit? But this bit is actually just very tight, unfortunately, when it gets to the end. But you will see there is still that double there. So this end bit can sometimes be a bit finicky. As long as you're counting, though, you should know when you're looking at the end and when you're looking at a legitimate loop. So that's the loop. And so it should look something like that, so it's like more even. And it might just be a bit stretched out, but you can sort that. And then you do your chain again. You turn it around, and that's how you end up with a scarf. You just do that a lot. You make it wider for your chain, and just keep doing more and more rows. If you make a mistake, take your hook out, and just pull it. Done. You can put a little paper clip in one of the loops and it will stop it getting reversed. Now we have the for making something. So if you want to make, like, let's take the closest one to me, like something like this. This is double stitches, so I won't cover that yet, but it's pretty similar to how we did the scarf. So it's the base and the lining, and then the doll. This was done basically by doing 2 of the pancakes, but making it a bit bigger as I go along and a bit smaller, and then putting 2 together. Circles, just rectangles, circles. I'll show on another video how you can do this with the legs, because it's really nice. I was very quickly trying to show how you can do the thing. So a lot of people will struggle with the magic circle, as they call it. So I was always doing it like this with 4 fingers, and I found that is a nightmare. So the best way to do it, I've found, is lay it over 2 fingers and then over like that. So you've got your cross and down. Grab it like that. Oh, fucking hell. You don't have to hold it too tight. Just kind of like this. Pull it round. If you make this too tight, it's going to be really hard to pull this through. There. Pinch that. Get your yarn on your hand. And then you'll see there's 2 on one side and 1 on the other. So just carefully turn it. You can, in this bit, you'll see the loop is really easy to screw up here. Carefully go under both and do your crochets. You're going to be doing under the loop like this. We're just going to do 3 and 4. We're just going to do 4 quick because I'm lazy. And then you basically count backwards. So from the loop, 1, 2, 3. That's a really bad loop. I wouldn't do that. And then 4. That's the one I did. It's really small. So you want to go into that. And kind of just pull it through so that's nice and not huge. And then you've got a little circle. And this is kind of tough with small yarn, but you'll see as the loops go, and you can just keep going in a circle and getting a bigger circle. And that little bit in the middle, you can just pull this, the tail, the little from the loop, and it will tighten up. But at the moment, it's just snapped to my hand, so I'm not going to try. But you get the idea, hopefully.